guess just following on from last time, we'd already done a bit of work on some of the challenges. We'd identified 6 areas, which was looking at legislation we'd covered on Friday. We also discussed today a little bit about clean energy. So some of the issues around this. There are a lot of political issues around obviously getting this to happen, of getting that resource efficiency and net zero energy coming in there. And there was also a lot of discussion around recycling, so some of that might need to move around. Standards prohibiting new material selections. There was discussions around the complete headache that the aerospace sector faces when getting new materials placed in there. And that was an enormous issue, and we covered some of the other parts of some of the rail industry and what it's struggling to adopt new materials. There was also a little part which we talked about ineffective recycling or non-cost effective recycling. I think generally the consensus from this discussion was it wasn't that there was issues with the recycling process in the main part, but it was more a cost competitive nature. There was a part on materials passport, but we also covered that on Friday. We did a little bit of a discussion around some of the key drivers. I think generally within the group, the feeling was legislation was the real key thing which needs to be driven forwards. And we tried to come up with some of the kind of short and medium term parts, but we believe that a kind of a review on the taxation of imports, so carbon tax, is important, but also that needs to eventually lead to something, because we were worried about the being able to export products if we had that going on. Right to repair was obviously very important, and some discussions about long-lasting tyres. I'm about to run out of time, but standards I mentioned, there was a little discussion about rail standards going forwards. On the recycling aspect, if I'll just finish this point, was that we have standardization of waste needs to come forwards to a kind of enable design to occur with these materials. And also kind of we need these material passports to come forward so that we actually know what's going into a recycling plant as it really inhibits recycling going forwards.